Let's talk about gear. What do you need to shoot? You need lights, lenses, media, hard drives, card readers, stabilization, camera rigs and tripods, microphones and audio and cables. But imagine all of this gear could be put into the palm of your hand. And that's exactly what happened in the last 10 years. You can create amazing videos without having to use thousands of dollars of equipment. And a global health crisis made it more important than ever for us to be nimble and think outside of the box or the camera. We've got this. Nova Science Studio teaches the fundamentals of filmmaking, so you can tell the stories in your own backyard. Today I'll teach you 3 fundamentals of shooting with a smartphone. First, there are some things that you have to do to get ready to record. If you're like me, you have a ton of apps on your phone, and you have to make sure that you have enough space and direct where you want to save your files. One thing that may come in handy if you have an Android phone with an option to add more space is to get one of these. It's a micro SD card, and you can record media to it. In general, 32 or 64 gigabytes is more than enough. So you just take it out like this, take the card, pop it in, and then place it back into your phone. There, you're good to go. If your phone doesn't have external media, consider going into your settings and deleting some of the large files in order to make space. Or you could transfer your recordings to a web drive like Google Drive or a cloud service right after you film them. In your video recording settings, you want to go in and select 1920 by 1080 or 1080p. And using the rear camera will often give you better quality than using the front camera. For frame rate, which is how many individual pictures are taken every second, you're going to select 24 frames per second if you can find it. If not, 30 frames per second works fine. So here I go, 30 frames per second, yeah. Next, let's look at some best practices for holding your camera. We're going to be shooting in landscape most of the time, so holding your camera like this, wide, with your fingers having easy access to the controls. Ensure your fingers are on the edges of the screen and out of the way so you don't block any of the action, like this. Lock your shoulders in to give you really firm contact with your body. Swivel left and right with your hips, and then tilt up and down with your wrist. This will give you the most control and ensure you don't get shaky footage. If you want to get closer to your footage, use your feet. Stand up and walk closer to your action instead of zooming in. Let's talk about zooming and how you frame the perfect shot. Most digital cameras will allow you to either use zoom lenses, which change the focal length of the lens, or fixed lenses, also known as prime lenses, which have a fixed focal length. So here's an example of a prime lens, which is always going to be 35 millimeters. To get the best results filming with a phone, you should consider it like a wide-angle fixed lens. Start off wide, capturing as much as you can in the frame, which is the boundaries of what's being recorded. If you need to capture something far away like a chubby squirrel in your backyard, zoom first and then hit record, and don't change your zoom in the middle of the shot. Let's go and take a look at how all of this plays together. This is me filming my goldfish. First is a vertical video. I'm zooming in and out, and my hands are way out in front of me. They're not locked into my body. Now this time I'm holding my camera in landscape mode and keeping a consistent zoom. You can see the results are a lot better. So those are basics to shooting with your phone. Over time you will get more comfortable with it, and the tips you learn here will apply to other cameras you use.